So let's begin our meditation by bringing awareness. Let's begin our meditation by bringing awareness to your physical body, by just checking in with the body and scanning from head to toe. Just checking for tension, tightness that may be present. Beginning with your head, face, scanning your neck and shoulders, arms, hands and fingers, and upper body, chest and abdomen, upper and lower back, scanning your lower body, pelvic area, thighs, knees, calves, feet, and toes. If you access tension, tightness in any of those areas, bring your awareness into that. Rather than pushing it away, bring awareness in. And now consciously softening the energy. Consciously relaxing the energy. And consciously releasing the energy. Now let's bring our awareness internally, going within, residing in the seat of the witness, the seat of self. The one who experiences the authentic, real you. And from that place, just noticing how thinking arises spontaneously. And bring awareness to, over a long term, you may notice how energy patterns do not make it through. Usually attached to an old wound, samskara, ingrained belief systems, and how those are pushed out of the forefront of the mind and they're held, pushed down until you are ready to release them. And if you bring to mind for a moment a particular wound, samskara, pattern, something that just comes to mind pretty quickly, easily, notice how those patterns hold tremendous detail about the previous event that are associated with them. That they do not disappear. That any time you're unable to allow the samskara, the wound, the event to pass through you, it stays inside and becomes a problem. Notice how some of these patterns have been there for a very long time. How at times you willfully struggle to keep them from passing through your consciousness by holding them down. That energy will try to release by manifesting through the mind. That is why the mind becomes so active. It will then try to release through the heart. That is where the emotional activity comes from. Notice that when you resist even that release, once again the energy gets backed up, can be forced into deep storage within the heart. This is what's called the samskara in the yogic tradition. It's a word that means impression. In the yogic teachings, it's considered one of the most important influences affecting your life. It is a blockage an impression from the past, unfinished energy patterns that actually end up running your entire life. Those patterns are just like energy waves. Energy comes in and must keep moving. But that movement does not mean that it does not get blocked. The energy can both keep moving and stay in one place by continually circling around itself. Just as atoms do, just as we see in planetary orbit. Everything is energy. Energy will just expand outward, if not contained. That is why energy manifesting as an atom forms the basic building block of the entire universe. And as we know, atoms have enough harnessed energy to blow up the entire planet when that energy is released. Unless forced otherwise, the energy will stay harnessed because of its equilibrium state. This is the same process of cycling energy that happens with a samskara. Stored old past energy patterns in a state of relative equilibrium. It is your resistance to experiencing these patterns that cause the energy to keep cycling around itself. No other place to go. You have not let it go. This energy, cycling energy, is stored in the energetic heart center. All the samskaras you have collected over your entire life are stored there. Once they are packaged and stored in the heart, they are basically inactive. And at times it may feel like you have handled the situation, no more issues with those past experiences, until an event takes place that stimulates that samskara. An old feeling of jealousy, beginning you resist, and it may momentarily fall back into the heart, but it really isn't. It is still there. Everything that did not make it through is still inside of you. These old wounds, these samskaras, encrust the valve of the spiritual heart that builds up and restricts the energy flow. That is how the energy gets blocked. It is relatively easy to notice right now how the potential for impressions to build up to the point where very little energy can make it through. You can notice that right now. They can get to the point where if built up sufficiently, you end up in a state of depression. Everything becomes dark because very little energy is coming into your heart or mind. eventually everything can appear negative. Because the world of the senses through which you perceive everything passes through this depressed energy before it even gets to your consciousness. Notice that even if you are not prone to deep, dark depression, your heart will still get blocked over time. It builds up. And it can open and close frequently. Just notice that through time, it opens and closes. We go back to that moment of feeling jealousy. Every detail about the original event is stored in the samskara. It has the event's vibration, the event's nature, retains levels of sensitivity. You're walking along, having a nice day. Something or somebody stimulates that samskara and it becomes active. Your heart beats faster. You get irritated, agitated, moody. And that moment before you were at ease is now gone. This is true about everything that does not make it through you. Where the feelings of overwhelm come from. The heart keeps opening and closing. It interacts with the flow of current thoughts and events. This interaction causes the vibrations that are stored as samskaras to get activated, sometimes many years later. Pay attention to the point that past impressions do get stimulated, even very old ones, and they can affect your life now, today. They restore the exact past patterns. Once stimulated, it begins to release stored energy. Feels like you are back there. All the feelings, all the emotion, all the thoughts. Even sensory input, even smell. Everything that was happening surrounding the original event. Just notice too that not everything gets blocked. Some things make it right through you. You're seeing, perceiving all day long. All that sensory just passing through. The ones that get blocked are those that cause problems or some extraordinary sense of enjoyment. Positive impressions too can get stored because you cling to it. Feeling of, I don't want this feeling to go away. I want to keep reliving this moment. You're playing it back again and again. So noticing that there are two kind of events that can occur that block the heart. You are either trying to push energy away because they bother you, energy patterns that bother you, or you were trying to keep energy close because you like those patterns. Notice again, bring awareness to the fact that you are not letting them pass and wasting precious energy by blocking the flow through resisting and or clinging. There is an alternative. To enjoy life moment by moment instead of clinging to it or pushing it away. If you are willing to experience the gift of life instead of fighting with it, you will be moved to the depth of your being. The heart is the place through which energy flows to sustain you, inspire you, raise you up. As old wounds and samskaras arise, be present with them. They hurt going in, they will probably hurt coming out. Bring awareness to that pain, to that suffering, to that clinging, to that resisting. Notice it, pay attention to it, and allow it to pass on through. The heart begins to open up when we do that. The beautiful experience of love that pours through your whole being. That is meant to be going on inside you at all times. The highest state is simply the result of how open you become. If you do not close, you can be like that all the time. Unending inspiration, unending love, unending openness. This is the natural state of a healthy heart. Allow experiences to come in and pass through your being. If they come back up now, you were previously unable to process them before, let go of them now. Be grateful, be happy that the samskara has presented the opportunity for you to release and let it go. Open, relax, forgive, laugh, do anything you want. Just do not push it back down. It hurt coming in, it was stored with pain, it is going to release with pain. You can make that decision. Let it go when it becomes stimulated. It may only hurt for a moment and then it's gone. Contemplate this final thought. Once you sit deeply enough within to stop fighting the stored energy patterns, they will come up constantly and pass through you. They'll come up during the day, they'll come up in your dreams. Your heart will become accustomed to the process of releasing and cleansing. Just let it happen. Stay centered behind them and let go. Just like the physical body purges bacteria, the natural flow of your energy will purge the stored patterns from your heart. Your reward is a permanently open heart. You live in love. It feeds and strengthens you. This is an open heart. Now let's take a moment to regroup this particular contemplation meditation as we return to silence for a moment.